Hello everyone, today I am going to present you a React.js admin panel generator with PHP REST API so that you can generate a REST API plus React.js admin panel associated with that REST API. These are the files and folder included in the tool with sample files, sample DB, generator tool and some preview images. Let's go to the generator tool and see what all information is required. To generate we need project name, then MySQL host name, port number, database name, username and password of the MySQL connection. I am running XAMPP server in my local host, so I have hosted a sample database ESOP which will be used for generating our React.js app. It's a sample database downloaded from internet, so it have foreign key, primary key, some data. I will start the generator tool and provide the project name as ESOP. My host name is localhost, database name is my ESOP, username is root and password is blank. I'll click on test connection and connection is successful. I'll click generate button. It will take some time to analyze your database and it will generate two folders with API and one is with React.js. You can see both the folder is generated in ESOP folder, API and React.js in the same directory where your tool is. So this was the generation part. Now let's see how we can test this generated code. Let's start with deployment of API. We have API folder which is having PHP REST API files which I want to deploy to XAMPP server running locally into localhost. So this is the file, these are the files. I'll copy this file, go to XAMPP server htdocs and I have created a folder ESOP API. I'll copy paste there and go to my localhost 82 ESOP and you can see that REST API. I can see the front page of the REST API. That means there was no breakage of the code. API is deployed to localhost, so we will use Postman to test those APIs. Tool has already generated a Postman JSON file which is in Postman import folder of the API. Let's import those files in Postman. So you can select those files in that location. Select both the file and you can see environment and collection is there. So once we import, it will take some time to import. Yeah, see this is the file is imported. So ESOP API is created and then you can see there is an environment variable also created. So change this environment variable to your API base URL which is my localhost ESOP. So I'll just replace that. Update the environment variable and then the first step to test the API is to generate the token. So I'll click send on the token request and you can see that is working. That means our API deployment was successful. This is the username password we are passing, which is default username password. And then let's test some get all endpoints first. So I can see city get all endpoint. It's all working with total count is coming, pagination is coming. And if you search for something, that search request is also working. Let's try for get by ID. So one is not there, I guess. We'll find out the correct ID and then try again. So this is the ID. You can see this that is working. Now let's try add new. So these are the data we need to pass. So city and I guess created by last updated by is a foreign key. So you need to insert a proper data here, which is foreign key is validated in the API. I'll find out the correct user details. User table will be there. Okay, so I'll take some of the ID, any one of the ID, and then again try to add city table. Okay, so add is also working. Now try for update request for the same city table. So this is the data we need to send. So I'll just copy the data from somewhere and then replace it, the data we want to update. Just type the data what you wanted to update. I'm updating the same record which I have added with same created by, last updated by, but the city name I have changed to updated. So if I send this request, okay, you can see the update is also working. Now I'll try to get the same data and see if it works or not. Updated one. So you can see that updated one is coming in get by ID. Similar thing you can validate in the database if that is updated or not. So you can see there is updated value in the database. That means our API is working properly. Okay, and this is for delete request. So the same ID I have passed and record is deleted. This was the first part of the tool which generate working copy of PHP REST API. So let's move to the second part of React.js app generation. The second generated folder is React.js app. So I'll open that folder in Visual Studio Code, which will help me to run React.js app. So you can open the folder there. Okay. So this is the project structure we have. So you have an API, you have auth component, and then you have a repo. Repo is nothing but the service call to that generated API. In the repo you will see service call to get all, get by ID, search, delete, update, add cities. So these are the calls which is to the REST API which we created. So according to the tables, it will have all the repo created. And in the component, if you go, there is a city, like city. If you take an example, you have columns, city columns are there, which will be used for table. And then this is the main page. This is the material data table page, where table columns are used. This is the add update page. This page is used for creating a add and update page with all validation. So you have a text field, multiple text field are there, select is there, and then you will have a snack bar for displaying the message, alert message. Let's connect this with the API. We have an API folder with Axios. So we'll take the base URL of our API and replace it in the Axios API URL. So in that way it will call our API. And you can see we are using Axios. To use the API we need to generate a token, which is also implemented here. So in auth folder we have a auth.js. In that we are calling get token. In that we are checking for the expiry of the token, and then if it is not expired, then use that same token and storing it to local storage. So that part is automatically handled. To run the application we need to first install all the dependency using npm install. So I'm going to run npm install in terminal. It will take some time, so I'll skip the video. So npm is installed, all the dependencies are installed. If you have any error, it will display there, and you can see there is 0. All the node modules are installed in this folder. So we can start our app using npm start. So it will go and start the application at localhost 3000, which is our React.js default port. Once application start, you can see the login page, which is default login page I have created using Material Design. So once I click on the sign in button, it will go to dashboard, where you can see all the list of tables present in your database. So you can view all the tables. This is a card layout, so you can change it to according to your database. So this is city table, data table, material table we are using. So let's add one city. Some city name we will provide. It will validate your inputs, so all automatically generated. We'll put the data for the cities and click on save button. So you can see there is a toaster created for alert, and this is the data added. So we'll update that data and click on save again and return back, and then you can see there is a update also working. So let's delete that updated or newly created record. So delete is also working. So this is the dashboard. You can customize according to your need. This is the menu item, you can customize according to your need. This is the registration page. Backend code you need to implement, but all the logic is still in the place. You just need to implement your API call there. And let's see the responsive, if it is responsive or not. So I'll just go to the Chrome inspect element and then try to change the device. So for the iPhone, how the layout will look, menu will look, like you can see there, table layout you can see, then you can see the add form. So all responsive. Scroll to some other table and everything is responsive. You can change it to iPad or another devices to look if it is working or not. So this all you get without writing any single line of code. This is the first release of the application. Definitely I will consider a lot of feedback, improvement, and then I'll make it more useful and automated, so that it will save you at least 60 to 70% of your time, and then you can just concentrate on developing your business logic. You will have REST API created, you will have React.js app created. Just copy paste some of the component and implement your business, and your application is ready. Hope it makes some sense and help everyone. Please support me by share, subscribe and likes. Thank you.